Hello everyone, welcome to another video of FFL 24/7. Today's video is going to be about cryptocurrency analysis and we are going to be reviewing Bitcoin today, and there is a very special reason for it because Bitcoin is sitting at a very critical point and a lot of people are wondering what is going to happen with Bitcoin next. Are we going to sell off back down or we are going to see another explosive move above? Bitcoin has been going parabolic since January 25th, 2024. So almost within a couple of months, Bitcoin has gone literally parabolic and we have hit the previous all-time high, which was around $69,000, and we have actually crossed it slightly above and we hit 70k very briefly. So the question comes in, what is going to happen with the Bitcoin next? Are we going to see a sell-off or are we going to see a continued move upward? So that is why we are going to be doing this technical analysis, and this is why today's analysis is going to be very important because I have seen very interesting few technical indicators that are popping up on my radar and I want to share with you guys. So let's actually dive right into it. So the graph is going to get a little bit more technical from this point onwards, but I will be making sure you guys are following along because there will be a lot of explanation to do. So let's get right into the analysis. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I know there is a lot of line and this might be looking very confusing to you guys, but you guys have to bear with me because these lines are giving us a very interesting signals, and here's what might be going to happen with Bitcoin next. So first of all, to begin with, the point of interest, the point of concern is going to be this area and around here. So why this area is of concern here? Because this is sitting right exactly at the previous all-time high. If you guys notice in the past, so we hit our previous all-time high back in November 2021 and we are sitting right below it. So what is happening here? So I want to zoom into this area first and then I will come back to this graph and I want to show you something very striking that I have seen. But first we need to understand what is happening right now at the moment. So here it is, guys. So right now I am zoomed into this most recent price action that is sitting right at the peak of almost 69k. So this dark thick gray line that you guys are seeing on the top, this is the previous all-time high of almost 69k that we saw in the past. And look what is exactly happening in here. So the 69k for now appears to be acting as a very strong resistance for almost slightly more than a week. And Bitcoin has not been able to close above the 69k level, like closing a daily candle above this level of 69k with a strong volume. And I have a couple of reasons why this is not happening yet. So first of all, to begin with, so if you think about all the investors, so if you guys notice, we crashed back down all the way to 15 to 16k, right? So there were a lot of investors who would have gone long at those points, and even over the course of all this price action, there will be a lot of investors that were going long on Bitcoin. And now they have to take profits, and they are basing their profits based on the previous all-time highs because obviously there is going to be a lot of selling going on at this price level of 69k, and understandably, and also this is going to be a very heavy resistance because we have seen a big crash down from this exact value in the past. So obviously there are going to be investors that are going to be concerned about what is going to happen after this price action because Bitcoin has already gone through a parabolic price action over the last couple of months, and this is a very good price point. This is a very good profit taking area for a lot of investors. So this is why we are seeing this kind of candle with a huge sell-off, with a huge volume coming in, with a huge bearish volume coming in, sell-off happening, and a lot of people are taking profits at these levels. So right when exactly we hit the 69k, there was a lot of selling that happened, but there is also a very good reason because if you notice this wick at the bottom, even though the color of this volume is looking a very bearish to us, but there is a very important point to note in here. Do you guys see the wick of this candle? So this goes back all the way down to 59k almost. So we crashed back down almost to 59k from 69k. So almost $10,000 level of sell-off we saw in Bitcoin, like almost a flash crash, but we recovered back down above and we closed at above 63k. So two things happen here, guys. So a lot of investors started taking profit at this all-time high of 69k, and at the same time we saw a lot of investors jumping in on this sell-off and they were buying Bitcoin back up and push the price back above 63k. And if you guys notice, we continue to see 3 to 4, actually 5 straight bullish candles towards the 69k level, and that is where we are now consolidating, and the volume is also slowly decreasing. So what does it tell us? So what I am thinking in terms of technical analysis, this is still looking like a very bullish sign because we are now not selling off very heavily after we hit the 69k level, and we are also seeing a decreasing volume. So this in a way is also looking like a positive sign, because when the volume is going down, volume slightly getting sucked out of Bitcoin. And this is helping us in two ways, because this is signaling some kind of accumulation has started happening at around this level, and also this is giving us time to cool off the RSI a little bit, because if you notice at the bottom, the RSI is also heated up. It is in the overbought territory. So this cooling of price action with a decreasing volume is also going to give us possibly another bullish momentum, and I will get back to the reasoning that why I am still bullish. So one more thing that I want you guys to focus on is because we did see some heavy sell-off today as well, and this is the candle that we are looking at. So we saw a sharp wick back down all the way to 67k. So this was also like a flash crash that we saw. So I want to zoom in a little bit more and move to the 15-minute chart. I want to show you guys something. So here it is, guys. This is the 15-minute chart of Bitcoin that we are looking at. Do you guys notice this candle in around here and this volume? So this was like a very sharp sell-off. So apparently to regular retail investors and traders, this may be looking like a bearish sign, because the color of this volume bar is red. That is signaling that a lot of sell-off happened. But what I am paying attention to is the size of this wick. Do you guys see this? We crashed back down all the way to 67k, and look how sharp also the recovery was, all the way back above 68k. So even though we did sell off a lot, and that is why we got this kind of volume as well, but we also saw a very decent amount of buyback as well that pushed the price back up. So this wick that we are seeing, this is like a heavy reversal that we saw at 67k. So now apparently 67k is going to be acting as a very strong support for Bitcoin. That is where these institutions and market makers are going to be watching. So this is the level now they're going to be watching very closely, because now for them to push the price back above 69k, they need to watch this volume act as a support. So this is, we are back to the daily chart. So ideally what I want to see happening is I want to see at least a retest of 67k. That is going to give investors some bit of more confidence that this level is going to act as a strong support, and from there I am seeing a strong bounce happening all the way up to $80,000. And why I'm coming up with that number of 80k, so let me zoom out back all the way. I want to show you guys something very cool. So here it is, guys. So do you guys see something very cool happening in this chart around here? So apparently Bitcoin is forming a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern, and this level of 48k has been acting as a neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. And if you notice around this area in here, we have already broken out with a very bullish momentum above this neckline resistance of 48k, and this inverse head and shoulders pattern is now playing out a role. So what is going to be the target of this inverse head and shoulders pattern? So let me show you guys. If we measure the price movement from the bottom all the way up to this neckline resistance of 48k, so this is giving us almost $33,000 of price action. So if we measure the same distance of 33k from this neckline resistance of 48k, see where this takes us. Right, almost at 80 to 81k level. Do you guys now see what I mean? So I am getting this 80k number from two reasons. So first is this is the price target of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, and second, if you look at this fib extension that I have drawn around here, so this is also giving me the same value of 81k level, that where I see the Bitcoin price might be heading. And as long as we are able to close the candle above this 69k level of the previous all-time high, then I think there is nothing in between stopping us to reach this level of 81k. That is where I see the price of Bitcoin is heading. And again, as long as we support this 67k level of support, then I think this another bullish price action, this another parabolic move is coming up that is going to take us to 81k level. And what happens after that is going to be very interesting, because apparently for some reasons I am also seeing we are going to see a level of 100k as well. And that is where I see a lot of investors will be taking profits again. But there is a strong possibility, because again I am getting this 100k level from two fib extensions. This is another price target of Bitcoin that I will be watching. So my first price target for Bitcoin is around 81k, and my second price target is just right above 100k. So 101k to be precise is what I am targeting as my second price target of Bitcoin. I have some strong confidence that we are going to see 100k. At what point, that is going to be very interesting to see, because it all depends how we close above the 70k. And again, volume is going to be key as well. And if you guys notice at the bottom in around here, the volume is also increasing very heavily, and we are seeing a lot of investors jumping into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is obviously leading the whole crypto industry and the whole crypto market, and all the institutions and all the ETFs, that is what they are going to be buying going forward. So again, to summarize guys, my first price target for Bitcoin is 81k as long as we hold the 67k support, and also my second price target is going to be 101k. That is what I am watching for my second price target. So this is all I quickly wanted to share with you guys about Bitcoin. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.